President Hassan has called for an investigation into the killing. Many in Tanzania have little faith.
On the line now is Tanzanian opposition figure Tundu Lissu, who joins us from Dar es Salaam. Tundu Lissu, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much for having me, Michael.
I want to start by asking you to take us back to the 7th of September 2017, just moments after you realized you might be under attack. What went through your mind?
Michael, I did not even have time to think because the gunmen had been following me from Parliament to my residence. I didn't know they were after my life. I thought they were just ordinary police officers who had arrested me 8 times in the previous year. So I did not have any clue about the fact that I was about to be attacked. And when they came out of their vehicle with automatic rifles, I simply did not have time to think about what was going on. It was just pandemonium and gunfire and all that terrible noise. So I didn't really have time to think.
Why are you pursuing legal action against the Tanzanian government and Tigo, the telecommunications company, of course? In other words, what do you hope to get out of this, both for yourself and the country?
We have not started the legal proceedings as yet. What I have done is to instruct my lawyers in London to explore the possibilities of legal action in British courts or in American or European courts. And this is based on the recent revelations in the British courts that Tigo and its parent company, Millicom, had provided the government of Tanzania with live data or location and my electronic data, which enabled the government and its gunmen to track me down from Parliament to my residence and try and kill me. So if my lawyers decide that we are going to go to court in Europe or in North America as I wish, the intention would be not only to get justice for myself, but also to get to the bottom of the assassination attempt. We would like to know who did what, who demanded that I be tracked electronically by Millicom and its Tanzanian subsidiary, on whose instructions, who provided the information from Tigo, who got the information, who passed it on to the gunmen. We want to get to the bottom of this. And the reason is that for the past 7 years, the government of Tanzania has refused, consistently and vehemently refused to investigate the matter. And therefore, if we are to get to the bottom of it, we must get it. We will have to get it through the use of British or American courts.
Why don't you believe you can get justice through that evidence in Tanzanian courts?
In Tanzania, it is simply impossible. The government of Tanzania has refused to investigate it. The Tanzanian courts to use the same testimony that was given in British courts. Tanzanian courts are not independent. They are under the thumb of the executive, of the president who appoints all the judges. And Tanzanian courts are incapable of dealing with this matter because of that, because they lack the necessary independence to deal with a major case involving a major opposition figure like this particular case. And we are pursuing it we are going to pursue it in British or North American courts precisely because there is no other way of getting justice in the courts in Tanzania.
Sir, you are well aware, of course, that under the new administration, there have been crackdowns, arrests, disappearances, and one senior member of your party was abducted, allegedly killed, and doused in acid, all in recent months. Is Tanzania a free country?
Tanzania is not a free country. The late Ali Kibao was actually abducted about 300-400 meters from my residence, from where I am right now, pulled out of the bus, which was stopped right in the middle of a highway, bundled into a car that is used by intelligence and security people in this country, and brutally tortured before being murdered and doused in acid. So a country which commits or tolerates actions of this nature cannot by any standard be described as a free country.
Why do you think no one was held accountable for your 2017 assassination attempt? And do you believe your legal action might change that?
The reason that no one has been held accountable for the attack is because the people who should have taken action to investigate and punish those who did it are the people who authorized it. You see, 2 hours before I was attacked, the then President John Pombe Magufuli, stated on live national television that those who opposed his regime's economic policies did not deserve to live. And 2 hours later, I was nearly murdered. So it came directly from the president. And now we know that for the previous 2 weeks, I was under constant surveillance, electronically and through human intelligence. And so it is very clear that those who perpetrated this act had the direct orders of the president, and they cannot, of course, investigate themselves because they are still in power.
You appear, sir, to be talking to us quite freely. I'm curious, are you safe in Tanzania?
No, I'm not. I'm not safe. Tanzania is not a safe country. And the proof of that assertion is the murder of Mr. Ali Kibao only last month.
And yet you chose to go back to Tanzania, and you are still there now.
Yes, I did. I believe that this murderous tyranny has to be faced. It has to be opposed. It has to be resisted. And doing it from exile is mighty difficult. And I can tell you that for 5 years that I was in exile, it was very difficult to organize resistance on a national scale against this tyranny. So I'm here because no one is safe. I'm not safe, and millions of Tanzanians are not safe. And precisely because of that, we have to organize resistance in order to deal with this tyranny.
Tanzanian opposition figure Tundu Lissu, many thanks, sir.
Thank you so much for having me, Michael.
We should mention we invited Tanzania's government spokesperson to respond to Mr. Lissu's allegations, but we received no response.